Well, it's a bit of a foggy one this morning, although it has cleared a little bit, and it should burn off and be a pretty hot day later on, I imagine. I just realised yesterday too that this post, or this strainer, see, I'm sort of lifting the gate up and it's moving. It might be a little bit hard to see on the camera, but this strainer's obviously broken down the bottom somewhere, which will need replacing eventually. Yeah, it's probably down there. It was only a sort of second-hand one. Well, not a second-hand one, but it was a reused one from somewhere else, so I have to get another one and stick that in at some point, probably when the post ram is here, so I don't have to dig that one in. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep, I'd say it's pretty much snapped off at ground level. I've just been in, had a little bit of breakfast, and as you can see from behind me, the fog has cleared. So, welcome back everyone, but today I am going to go and get the trailer. I actually left it up the farm there where we pulled some hedges out, and I haven't got round to sort of picking them up yet, or what I wanted to do with it. So that's what I need to do now. Dad's doing a little bit of concrete work at home, or he's getting some new concrete put in. He's got some sand coming tomorrow, so he wants to borrow it. So I need to go and grab it now. I think I'm going to take the tail door off, just make it easier today. Last time I did it, I sort of got caught up in the tail door, so if I take it off, shouldn't have that problem. I actually meant to say this in one of my last videos, but I sort of forgot, and it's a bit of positivity. So we've had a couple of good auction results, milk auction results in the past couple of, well, when was the last one? It might have been 2 weeks ago or a week ago, but the one before that was positive as well. So from that, we have seen a rise in our milk price. It has risen another 30 cents. Our midpoint is at $7.80. So that's what we sort of base it on. We could get paid $7.80, but it's a midpoint, so it could be higher and it could be lower. But a 30 cents raise is good. That's very, very good for us. And it's looking like the start of next season might be good too. It might have an 8 in front of it, which would be awesome. To be in the $8 mark is good. To be 9 in the 9s would be even better, but $8 is definitely better than where we started this season. And I say midpoint because it's a sort of middle of the range. So at $7.80, they could pay us a little bit more, and then they could pay us a little bit less as well. But it's a good positive at the moment. Anyway, it's great. It would have made a lot of dairy farmers happy. So close. That's a little bit annoying. There should be a pin in there, but the cows are in this paddock a little while ago, so maybe they pulled it out or they were playing with it. Kind of hoping it might just be on the ground here, but it doesn't look that way. I'm not sure where that went. I'll have to get another one, but hopefully we do see a good price next season, because we really do want to extend the cow shed. That is one of the things I want to do. So yeah, hopefully if we do get a good price, it will certainly help with that. Oh, it weighs a little bit, but it's a bit easier than getting the other tractor and hooking it up, but it can just sit there out of the way. Would have been pretty easy with 2 people, though. Oh, there's a bit of wire in this slot. Have to keep chipping away at it until I can get little bits on, I guess. That's actually quite a big chunk of it. Hopefully it's like half. You've got to be a little bit careful with some of this wire, like this one here. When I picked it up, it was actually pretty hot, but it's cooled down a lot now. It wasn't like burning hot, but it was definitely hot to touch. And it's pretty amazing. We lit this probably back in, I don't know, the start of spring maybe. And look at this, like there's smoke coming out of that. It would actually start up. It's actually crackling. There'd be embers in there. That'll be a hardwood. It would have been an old fence post, whether it was totara or rimu. Pretty cool, but it even feels pretty hot. I don't think I'll be able to get every bit out of here, which is fine. I'll just grab like a big chunk of this stuff, and then that'll probably do it, I reckon, because I'll push this clay back over top, and then push some of that topsoil back over top of that, and that'll sort of fill up that hole. And if there's like little bits of wire down there, it wouldn't be too bad. But if I can get rid of most of this, it'll be good, because that stuff just rots and then the hole sinks. It'd be nice if I only had to do one trip. Oh, talk about dusty though. And presto, it is all done. However, it's not the smoothest area. I'll let the cows get in here and sort of, they'll trample it down a little bit. It was actually quite hard to move that clay, like it was fairly solid, sort of a bit like concrete. And I thought I was actually gonna have heaps left, but once you sort of just smooth it out like this and fill in any little holes that it went, but at least it is pretty tidy. I think what I'd like to do to this paddock is probably put it in maize, plough it up, put it in maize, like get everything nice and flat and sorted, especially now that we've got this hedge out of the way. Another little job I need to do at some point is pull that fence out. There's a fence that runs just down there to the drain, so I need to pull that out because I don't really need it anymore, and then include this paddock into that one. And yeah, it would be nice to sort of crop it and get everything nice and flat, work it out, like work all the sort of bumps and little hollows out, especially where this hedge was. Like there's a bit of a dip in there now, and that big area, like once we sort of run the power harrow over it or set of roller tillers, it would come up quite nicely. But that is sort of what I want to do in the next few years. I might even look at doing it maybe next season. I am trying to find some more paddocks to put maize in, some new paddocks. The only benefit that I quite like having this paddock in grass is that it's really close to the milking shed, but if we took it out for one season, put it in maize, got everything sorted, it would be nice just to go into grass for then on. Like it's all sorted, everything's all done. I've also got to put a couple of like new fences in. I sort of want to fence the top bit, make that into a paddock, and put a paddock through here. It's a little bit hard to see where I'm standing, but a new fence would kind of just go up there on the top of the hill, and then this used to be part of it, and then that hedge was running down, so it was good that we pulled it out, and now that bottom bit can be part of this paddock. So it would be nice to like get it all sorted. I need to run a water line, which would be ideal too if it's going in maize, from the trough that's up the top of the hill there down. Probably put one in maybe on the bottom here somewhere, and then continue it on and run another trough and maybe put it on that brow over there. It would be pretty handy because the trough in that paddock's way over in the corner, it gets pretty wet over there. But I'm also planning in the near future to rip out this massive hedge right through there, rip that all out, up there, the little bit up there, and take all those water troughs off. So over there there's one trough, there's one there, and there's one in the hedge up there. So take all of that out and run a whole new water system. Well, not a whole new water system, but just run new water lines for that sort of block in there. I want to put it in maize, get it all nice and smooth, and then run some fences up and permanent fence it. But it's just, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, like the paddock straight through here, you've got to come through a paddock to get to it, and then to get to the one over there, you've got to come through that paddock, then through that paddock, and then into that one. So if I sort of, yeah, split them long ways up to the race, it would be really nice, and you know, nice short fences. It's a bit annoying now too that since that new fence is on, there's like a little gap that's like probably not even 10 meters. So it would kind of be nice just to rip it out and fence it. I'd like to do that next season, but yeah, I don't know, it all depends. Like I was saying, if we got like a $9 payout, it definitely gives us options, but then again, we really want to do the milking shed too, so I'm not sure if I'd have enough money to do that and to do all this. But yeah, it's definitely on like the high priority list, I reckon. It's yeah, it would be so nice to get that done. I thought it was too good to be true. I knew something would get hooked. Only just though. I think I'll just leave it there and Dad can hook it up tomorrow. Gonna have to say goodbye to that trailer soon though. It's been awesome having it, but they did ring the other day and say, oh, it has been a while, you know. I was supposed to have it for 3 months. It has been longer than that, so it's good of them to let me have it for another month. I was hoping to have it when the digger comes though. I haven't heard from the digger yet, but yeah, it would be quite good or handy to have that. But I think I will do a bit of like an update, or not an update, but a video on it at the end. It would be nice to say we were just going to outright purchase it, but I think I would possibly go like the next size up if we were going to. I just like, it is a nice trailer to get around, but I just think, yeah, everything's just getting bigger and potentially go the next size up. But I'll do a video on it and sort of explain why. A couple of videos ago I was saying how annoying it is always having to move the link balls off the implements because I've only got one set, and we should have got a new set that came with the Cavernal and spreader when we brought it a few months ago. I think that all implements should come with them personally. However, I missed a phone call from Alan, who we bought it off the other day, and he was saying he drops them off. He was getting a bit of stick for it at work, and he just bought some out. So there you go, there's the power of social media. Dad's sand's just turned up. The wind's picked up quite a bit now. It's actually really quite windy. Brett rang me to say that they're going to dump that off before, so I also ordered another load of rod and rock, which I need to finish the bit of the race off over there. So while I've still got the scimitar trailer, I might as well do that. And also I need some for the new culvert that we're going to put in. I might try and put a bit of I've got a bit of clay soily stuff around, so I might try and put that in it and then put the rod and rock on top maybe. But I need some anyway, and I'll definitely use it. Probably do a couple of loads. Mike, are you ready for the sand?
Ready for a beer.
I'm ready for a beer. It's pretty warm today.
It's going well.
So all this soil's got to come out for the boxing. Oh yeah. Oh, you can sort of see the line down there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit of concrete, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be heaps. The worst thing when you get winds like this is it just dries it out quicker. But you can see like it is still green, but it's definitely like turning a little bit brown. We haven't had rain for a couple of weeks, and it's been pretty hot. Like the paddock over there is looking, you know, pretty crispy. It is green around the place. There's not a lot of grass around though. Doesn't look like there's much rain on the radar. We might get some in about a week's time. Definitely doesn't look like there's going to be any in the next week. So it's only going to get dry. Although we are in February, and this is what happens. It's good we're going dry in February. If we go dry in January, it means it can be a long summer, because we tend not to get a lot of rain in February, but surely by March, like it's autumn, so the autumn rain should come sooner rather than later, hopefully. Have a little look though. So if we're going to 10-day forecast, today's Monday, cloudy periods with scattered showers, that means absolutely nothing. sun, 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 few showers, that means nothing, showers, that means nothing, rain. So possibly, maybe next week there might be a chance, but it's a week away and that will probably change as we get closer to next week. Thought I'd explain what I was saying a little bit earlier because it sort of might not have made a lot of sense, but I'm trying to think of paddocks that I can plant in maize in the future, because the ones I have in currently I sort of want to put them into like permanent grass, or maybe like a 3-year sort of grass. But this is what I was talking about. So what I want to do is pull that hedge out down there, down there, down there, and down there, and open this whole thing up. And then this whole block actually will go straight through there, like so. So this whole block will put into maize and sort of tidy it up. Then chuck some sort of permanent fences in, something like this. We'll sort of split that, keep that, and whether I cut that into 2 or 3, I'm not quite sure yet. But we'll also need to put new troughs, like these paddocks all need new troughs. Put one in here and one down the bottom, sort of trough down the bottom in each of these paddocks, which will just make things so much easier, like having permanent wires everywhere, and it just makes it fencing across real easy, especially in the winter time. You know, you can start at one top of a paddock and move cows down through a bottom gate and then back up like that. So yeah, that is the plan in the future, hopefully in the next couple of years. Dad's always sort of just got by with what he's had in the past. He sort of hasn't really, not like hasn't developed stuff, he has put improvements on the farm, but I just sort of want to, not really stamp my mark, but I just want to make things easier. And I think doing things like this it does come at a cost, and it you know, you do have to pay to do stuff like this, so you do need a good year to be able to do it. But that's just sort of one thing I'm looking at. Like, yeah, like I was saying, like the priority is really to extend this shed, and that might be a big cost. So yeah, hopefully it gets done though. But that will pretty much do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. And apart from that, see you next time.